Hello everyone, this is JLS1114. This video is inspired by a question that somebody asked me. That was a really good question. That was in response to my video titled Issues Dealing with Education. If you haven't seen that video, please go check that out. This person asked me, and I should have touched upon this in the video. That's why I decided to make a whole video about this. Oh well, first a recap on the part if you didn't see the video. Is I basically one of the issues I brought up in the video was standardized testing. So this person asked me, does it impact disabled people differently than the way it impacts people who are non-disabled students taking this test? Well, to answer your question, first off, depending on your disability, especially mentally wise, if you really cannot there's no way you're gonna pass the test, you just don't have it mentally, a lot of people are excused from taking a test like that. But if you have a disability such as myself, that is more other issues, nothing to do with the mind, really. Such as, as mine, which is being visually impaired and have scoliosis. You have to take the test, but what is a huge impact before you even take the test is you need certain accommodations, special the sense test, you have to send in what, like for me,
send away to get it enlarged, make sure no impairment, and many people like me. That's one problem facing people who are disabled in some other way, that are good enough to take the test but have other disabilities. Having a disability brings on other accommodations, and it takes time. And depending on where you go, like it's my understanding, my boyfriend, for example, as a certain test he has to take. I believe it's in the standardized testing category, if not anyway. Either way, it's a special test. And over there, where he is, I'm not going to say where, but where he is, it's more of a challenging process. He has to fill out forms and stuff. I don't have to do any of that, so it's rough enough where I live, but it's not so bad in other places such as Wycombe. It's even harder. Sometimes it's not even, things are not in place in time. You're screwed for the test. I know that was a concern of his, but luckily I got off the ground and we actually took it today, speaking of it. So, well, given the time, yesterday now. So that's an impact before you can take the test. But actually taking the test, do I think there's a different impact on people who are disabled than who are not? Yes, I do. Because such as me, being visually impaired, one, you could run out of time, or somebody who has some other physical disability that they're in a wheelchair or something, you go slower. So once again, if these accommodations are not to place, giving it your all and your best effort could affect you if things are not in place properly. Also, you could mess up on certain things, and
people with a disability to people who don't. But people who have a disability to people who are not, if you are someone who has a disability and you still take the test, they don't treat you any different. They don't lay off. If you're someone disabled and you qualify to still take the test, they don't look at you any different. I actually think people, in some cases, depending on what schools that you're at, it's not, like if you go to a school that's nothing but all people who are disabled, you don't pass the test. It's not a big thing to them. And the impact to them is minimal. It's not really doing anything to you. But, yeah, in the long run, impact's the same. They don't care if you're disabled or not. If you're taking the test, you know, all hands off. It's the same impact. The only, like I said, the only real difference of an impact that I see between disabled and non-disabled who take this test is if accommodations are not in order, you're not going to do your best. And that will be a huge impact on how good a disabled person does compared to a non-disabled person. So, that's my answer to that. And, good question. Thank you for asking that. That was an excellent question. If you have any further questions, and anybody on the person who sent me that question, or anybody else for that matter, if there's anything more specific you're wondering about that, please let me know. Please, I love getting comments and questions such as that one. That was wonderful. That could inspire me to make a video like that one did. Way to go. Way to go. And I hope this helped answer your question. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.